Damien,
Surprise.
what are you doing here?
Eating. How do you mess up a microwave dinner? You know well done doesn't mean good, right?
Where have you been?
South America mostly. Business stuff.
Another work trip? How's the shoulder?
Yeah. We left things kinda messy. Seeing anyone new?
A good sense of style, especially because of the contained setting of the entire piece. I thought that the actors had to do a lot of work to carry the narrative, given that constraint. I thought they did a good job in sort of reflecting the emotional range of their past relationship, of what has gone on beforehand, and sort of how it is escalated to what ended up being a violent sequence. I thought that scene was played out in a way that was pretty admirable given the constraints of what was going on. It was edited quite well. And I just thought that the actors sort of had a commitment to the bit in a way that gave the piece a level of depth, despite the short runtime and the very contained setting. So I thought it was well acted, most importantly, and it had a good sense of musical timing that I thought helped contribute to the vibe of the overall piece. So I ended up enjoying it. Thought it had a good editing approach as well, and it was just overall a tight concept in a short amount of time that I thought reflected a level of detail that was effective for this type of concept.
I think the characters were really fun. I think the story was really fun, but what really made this was all the different action sequences to this. I think it made the piece a lot punchier. It really impacted the pacing and made it quickened it, where at times it could have been a little bit slower. Adding that action sequencing in there does so much, and it does it really, really well. Yeah, this was a really, really fun piece to watch, really enjoyable, really action packed, and just fun.
Great fight choreography is fight choreography that makes the audience feel, you know what I'm saying, that like puts the audience in, like makes the audience feel the adrenaline and the rush and the thrill of the fight, the the urgency, and like puts the audience in that headspace. Like that's good fight choreography, as much as it is like well timed pretty moves or whatever. It's like putting us in the fight, you know what I mean, emotionally, um through the camera work and through the choreography. And I think this did that well, where it was like we feel the intensity, we feel the desperation, we feel like similar to Captain America Winter Soldier, is like that, like the fight in there like stands out because we feel it, we feel like we're there, at least for me specifically. And I felt that similar vibes here.
I really loved the kind of dynamics that they built in within the relationship, and clearly she did in fact still miss him, because you got that great shot at the very beginning before he's introduced that she's still like attached to this cardigan, she's still attached to this like sweater of his. There's just like all of this kind of chemistry between them, which I really, really loved. And then all of the fight was really, really well choreographed and really well done. It was like really physical and in your face. I loved how they shot it, where it was really close. I think sometimes with fighting they try and give you a wider angle so you can see everything, but I liked how close it was. Like having that to be kind of like the last moment between the two of them, I thought was just like so interesting. Um, and a really like powerful moment. And then obviously like his boss walks in, and on to the next kind of job.
I also find it interesting they went with the path of the flawed antagonist, where he is the villain technically of the story, but you also understand his motives of it. It definitely seems like there was something bigger going on than we initially were shown, that he had to make a choice of essentially killing her or allowing whatever was going to happen. And from the little we know, apparently, if he's telling the truth, this was a mercy. It was. I will also say the fight choreography was very good, very impressive.
The chemistry in Closure is almost its own character, its own presence within the short film, and I think it contributes to a lot of the intensity in the scene and to the sense of not knowing what's going to happen next. Really cool choreography for the fight sequences, really witty and funny dialogue, and all those elements together really bring out the empathy for the characters, even though we've only met them for a very short amount of time.